How far away is it from you?
Yeah, it's a good 10-15 minute walk.
Okay,
15 minutes walk?
Meter.
let's phrase it a different way, right?
Yeah.
Let's say it's Tom's birthday.
Yeah.
He's having a good time. We have cake for Tom's birthday.
Ooh,
Everyone's,
ice cream cake?
of course.
You betcha.
Whatever
Yeah.
you want.
Black Forest cake?
Black
Of
Forest
course.
as well, yeah.
I guess it's Marcus's birthday then. Okay, let's say it's
Marcus
Marcus'
gets his birthday. Right,
We've got a
Happy
nice Black
birthday.
Forest cake.
Ice
all
cream
right?
cake?
Ice cream cake?
Let's say, okay, all of a sudden, so we're in the break room, everyone's having cake, we're talking. Tom walks in, takes a piece of the cake, and walks straight out, goes back to his desk. How do you feel as the birthday boy?
Motherfucker.
Exactly.
Right. You're here for me.
But hold on. This is not one single person's birthday or anything like that.
I think it's the same principle.
I think it should be equivalent. You're saying like, I think the whole reason for the event is to have a social event
yes,
with everyone.
with the people you work with.
Do you feel if someone came in, like that friend who came in, got the beer,
Yeah.
he just stood there, couldn't really, doesn't really socialize with everybody because everybody else is talking in their own groups. He's just standing there, bored shitless, drinking the beer by himself and then walking off.
Polish the beer off and go back to your
Yes,
desk.
I think it communicates if you're going in, grabbing something, and then pissing off, saying, I don't want to spend my time with you guys. Even when we have time to spend away from the desk and not work,
Yeah.
I would rather sit by myself at my desk and not conversate
And
with
it
you.
is the end of the day. There might be like 10 minutes left
Yeah.
of the guy's shift.
That's junk time.
Yeah, right. Just
Yeah.
like stay there, finish your drink, and then leave.
Fair enough.
I don't know. That's my advice.
Are we being too harsh?
I
Maybe
think
we
so.
are. I don't know.
So this
think
person here, though, what should they do? Should they be attending this?
Do you think that they should have?
I think if I walked straight through it, I'd feel compelled to stay.
Yeah, I'd be like, oh, yeah, I'll stick around for a little bit.
Yeah.
I'll have one drink
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I'll leave.
Exactly.
And take it back to my car.
Drink driver, baby.
I got a DUI, but it was worth it. I don't have to talk to you, dickheads.
I'll drink it on the train ride home. It's all good. It's legal.
Yeah.
I would say, like, if people are going to be like, oh, Constellation, are you leaving? Like, stay and have a drink. I would say people would probably urge them to stay.
I think so. I think it'd be worth, if you don't know many people, try and talk. Have one drink. That's your rule. Like, all right, I'll leave after that.
It's a good way to start to get to know
Yeah,
people.
you're not gonna meet people or get to know people by avoiding those events.
Totally.
It's true. It's only, it'll only either make things better, or it might reaffirm your thought process and be like, you know what, I don't like these people.
I don't like
Yeah,
these
and that's
people.
fine. If you
You
don't
gotta give
like
it a
them,
chance.
you have to give it a chance.
Yeah. All right, let's leave it there for Constellation. Now, we have one more thing we want to do, guys. We had a listener write into us to our email address, tqhpodcast@gmail.com, with a predicament for us to answer in a segment we call Chainmail.
Chainmail.
Marcus.
Yes.
What is Chainmail?
Chainmail. So we like to answer questions from people on the internet, okay? These people don't even know we're answering their questions.
That's right.
We're just answering them anyway,
Yeah.
okay? But every now and then, our listeners write into us. They email into us with their queries, their conundrums.
You're like, I don't want to say it's a problem because I'm sure they don't have a problem.
No.
They're good people.
They're good people. They don't have problems. They have queries and conundrums.
Yeah.
Anyway, more cues. And anyway, so they're writing to us, and we like to provide advice for people actually listening.
I like
to
to
our
think
advice.
that they're just like, you know what, these guys are pretty damn good at
Yeah.
advice. I need their advice for this
I
one.
hope so.
I like
Or
to
they're
think
like,
so.
these guys are dumbasses.
Yes.
Let's hear their opinion on my problems.
Let's see them tackle this one. It's funny because you were saying about some female friends that we had that were listening to the podcast.
Yeah.
And they were apparently laughing
Yes.
at some of the advice we've given.
Well, they told me and Marcus about it. They were essentially like, hearing you guys talk about questions that concern women is hilarious because you guys are so out of your depth. Like, how dare you? The friends are weaponizing our words again,
That's
Tom.
right. They're right.
But we did say to that friend, like, come on the podcast.
Yeah.
Show us how it's done.
Let's give some boy advice and see how you go. And we just laugh in her face. Oh,
So I've got this water on my dick.
yeah, bro, you should do this.
I don't know what advice to give to that person either.
Cut it off.
Just cut
Cut it all off.
Cut the whole thing off.
So, okay, we're going to give them a name as well. So I want Damien to name this person. 3, 2, 1.
Velcro.
Velcro.
Hey, Velcro.
Damien was looking at his Velcro old man nono shoes.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, Velcro. Sorry about the name Velcro. But Velcro writes in, I have a situation I could use your awesome advice on. Today I had a complete stranger send me a message on Facebook. I don't know how they found me as my privacy settings are pretty locked down, saying that they are currently doing my previous job and was wondering about the reasons why I had left the position and if I found the manager moody or difficult to work with. I did have some issues. It seems that they are having similar issues themselves. I think I have a couple of options. Send them a message saying that I'm sorry they are having a difficulty and I'm not okay with telling a random stranger reasons why I left and I can't help them. Or do I just not reply at all? Or, in a complete dick move, do I contact my former employer and tell them what's happened, as I'm pretty sure it breaches some confidentiality that would be in an employment contract, but I really don't want to be the reason this person gets fired or quits their job. What would the questionnaires do? Thanks, guys. Keep up the great work. Being a listener, long-time listener, and love the show. You guys are hilarious, Velcro.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Velcro.
Velcro, for sticking with us through all this time. As
very-
good Velcro does.
I love it when the Velcro sticks together. Sticking together is what good Velcro does. All right. It's actually a perfect name for Velcro.
Yeah, exactly.
So, what should Velcro do?
I've thought about this question because we got it a couple of days ago. And I was kind of mulling it over. It's a weird precedent that the person who's got the job has set by kind of invading your privacy. Like they would have had to do some research to find out who you are and look you up.
Let's say you work in a job that your name's plastered on all like previous sort of things. All I have to do is look at the name, look at the full name, type it in, and go.
I've carved my name on the desk.
Yeah,
Velcro. Written
no,
in
no, it was here.
Velcro for life.
Yeah, so it's more of a case of it wouldn't be too difficult, like especially if you got a unique surname.
Regardless, I think if that info is there, they've still gone to look you up on Facebook to find you essentially.
Yeah.
What did you guys think? What were your initial impressions with this question?
I mean, there obviously has to be. I thought that there must be enough concern for the person to go to great lengths.
Yeah.
I wouldn't think that they would necessarily, and they probably feel like that they can't ask anyone that's within the company because they might be like, "Are you kidding?
Like, is this right?"
And they don't know who's friends with who.
Cling Wrap is the greatest manager ever. Velcro. What do you know about sticking to things?
He locks in the freshness.
Right. And we get RDOs every once a month.
That's right. Because I don't know the office politics, I can see why they might reach out to somebody who doesn't work with them anymore.
Yeah.
I think it all comes down to what the boss is doing, right? Like, if they're just kind of a shitty person and you don't get along with them, I don't think that is kind of grounds to say, I had the same problems with them. Whereas, let's say this person was known for being like
Sexually
verbally abusive or something
like
more
that.
dramatic where you could actually. Then I think you'd be
Grounds
like,
for
yes.
complaints, like proper complaints.
Absolutely, then you'd be like, absolutely do not work with that person. Get out of there.
If you can protect someone's well-being in some way, let's say mentally or physically.
But at the same time, I think if that was already a problem, you would have already went to the higher authorities to deal with that.
Well, you should
so
have.
I reckon, So I think GladRap in this point, and it's probably just
Hold on, Velcro or GladRap.
No,
GladRap's the boss.
I think
GladRap is the boss. You got to find another sticky thing.
No, that's who I was
who
referring
he's talking
to.
about. Uh-huh.
You just derailed me. Marcus is
mate.
Teflon because nothing sticks to him.
Damn it, Teflon. Back to your office. That's right. Take your beer with you. Antisocial prick.
I will.
But so I think with like GladRap, he's derailed my train of thought. Now I have no idea what I was talking about.
Velcro.
It doesn't matter.
I would say that I want to eliminate the 3 different options, okay?
Okay.
Don't be a snitch.
Yeah, let's go one by one.
Snitches get stitches.
That's right. So
And you don't know this person that well.
Exactly. What do you owe this person to?
Yeah.
Like you don't owe them anything, nor do you necessarily need to bury them.
See, also, you can also think of it as maybe it's like the boss is somebody else. It's just like, I want to know people how they think badly
maybe she's
of
being
me.
set up, right?
Yeah.
right.
She could be, you could
That's
be
a good
set
point.
up.
That's a
I'm
good
the
point.
new guy. It's like, how do I know you're the new guy?
How do I know
You're
you're
not
the guy?
catfishing me.
Yeah.
Look, unless you do know, like you hired the person and you left.
No,
maybe.
that's a good point though. Especially if you didn't get along with the boss, and they could just be one of those people who are a bit vindictive and want to know what ex-employees think about them.
Yeah.
They might be like, "Hey, just message this person who used to work with us, see what they say."
Yeah, right. I would have been very suspicious when I got added by aluminium foil. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's actually my boss.
You could say you put your tinfoil hat on.
Yes.
Hey,
Ooh.
there you go.
Thank you, Marcus. Finally contributing.
Yes.
Number 2 was don't say anything.
Don't say anything.
I kind of think that might be the best approach.
So
because
no reply?
At the end of the day, why burn potential bridges with other people who work there? You don't know what the ripple effects could be.
Yep.
Even if the person is not setting you up, you're essentially leaving a virtual paper trail of what your thoughts on your ex-employees.
Yeah.
You might have a referee there. You might need for future jobs. It's
true.
You don't know what kind of ramifications it's going to have for you in the long run.
And staying quiet is generally the best way to do it.
Yeah. If the mafia has taught me anything.
Yeah, it's you know nothing. It's you know nothing.
Snitches get stitches.
Yeah.
I'm going to bring in another option.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tell them everything's great.
Everything's great.
Tell them that they were fantastic. Because you know what? If it does come back to hurt you, if it is someone on the inside, you can say a positive thing. That'll never come back to hurt you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
I think you should always speak glowingly.
So someone's just like, you liar.
Yeah.
Okay,
You're lying.
Bitch, I knew it.
So out of those three options,
Yeah.
would you say to go with saying I love the job and give it an endorsement?
I would say, oh look, I hope not
No, I didn't say that. I didn't have
that you're not
any
enjoying it.
Okay, I'm Velcro.
Yeah,
You are
I'm Velcro.
No, I'm Velcro in this situation. Okay.
You're both Velcro.
No, wait, you're Velcro. You're Velcro.
Yeah.
I'm the person messaging you.
Yeah.
What is the message you send me?
I say, hey, sorry to hear that you're not having a great time at work. Cling Wrap was always a great person to work under. And I don't know.
He kept the freshness in.
I would
So you'd be
basically
very
just-
diplomatic with your
I would
answer.
be diplomatic, not necessarily saying go over the top, but you never know if this is going to get back to them.
Okay, so why would you pick that over saying nothing?
That's a good point. I don't know.
You know what I mean? Like,
Because I think
why even engage? Why even make point of contact?
because you don't benefit from saying nothing. You could benefit from saying something.
In
You
what-
could
in-
also give that person hope that things might change.
I know, but what if it doesn't and it gets worse? And then
cares?
they're
It's
like,
not your problem.
Hey, that person.
It's not your problem.
But then they have you on Facebook, and like that fuck told me
It's
this
like,
job was
yeah.
going to get better.
He told me to suck my ass.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And next thing I know, I'm in a fucking dead end job because this idiot gave a glowing endorsement.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
gonna call it right now. Do not respond. Because you respond once, then that person feels like, I can always ask Velcro.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
that's
okay.
such a good
For
point.
advice.
That's a great point,
All right, cool.
Marcus.
I just put it into perspective. This is a real person with a real problem.
That's right.
I don't want to give bad advice.
That's why I'm pushing you so hard.
I'm with you
because
guys.
Tom,
I'm with you guys.
every week we don't phone it in, but it's like these are people who are never going to hear our advice.
That is a
we
good
can
point.
just throw it out in the ether.
Yeah,
It
right.
doesn't matter.
Just kick
Velcro
it.
is a real human
The only
being.
thing that will happen is our friends will make fun of us for the stuff we're saying. Those
is
are the
fine.
only real life ramifications.
we don't care about that either. Okay.
If we want Velcro to stick with us,
Yeah.
we can't get all this shit entangled up in the Velcro and ruin it,
That's
right?
true. That's true. We want Velcro
We don't
to
want
stick
bully
around.
Velcro.
That's right.
Okay. All right. I'm with you guys. Either way, it's a 2-on-1. If I was to say that, I think Velcro should take the advice of the two, but I'm with you.
Mr. Teflon smacked the nail on the head, Marcus, when he said,
Hey, oh,
as
baby.
soon as you open a dialogue,
Yeah.
that all of a
Opens the
sudden
door.
invites a conversation where she might come back to you every now and then with other problems. But
It's true.
Like,
now
how did you
Glad
fix
Rap's
Johnson-
doing
yeah.
now Glad Rap's doing this.
How did you get the coffee machine to make coffee
Exactly,
just
yeah,
right?
Yeah. So
What
what's
setting?
what's the quickest route to work? Like,
Yeah, right.
you might just become this person's work Sherpa,
Yeah,
and
right,
you don't want
right,
that to
right.
happen.
The
Nah.
toaster always burns my toast on 3.
And then once you've answered once, even if you ignore the rest of the questions, they're going to continue with those
Okay,
questions.
I'm with
Ignore
you.
first time.
And Facebook does have that thing where if you're not friends with someone, it kind of throws messages into the junk folder, right?
Yeah.
So if you somehow ran into them in the future, you could feign ignorance and just say, "I never got the message."
True. Very true.
I think just don't say anything.
As I did say earlier, you do not owe this person anything. So
Absolutely
maybe I
not.
should practice what I preach.
The
and-
only way, like I said before, I'd tell them to get out is if it was a really toxic work environment where they could personally be at risk from, some verbal abuse or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Then I think it's fine.
And then I will say, do not say good things if this person
Yes.
is doing bad things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Whereas if it's just like,
Great guy, never touched my butt.
Clean
Never
Wrap
once.
doesn't do that.
Whereas it
No.
was like Glad Rap was got a chip on his shoulder. If that's all it is, that's not enough, I think, to start talking
Yeah.
bad about your ex-coworkers.
Okay, I think that's fair enough.
Yep.
I hope we've answered the question for Velcro here. I think we've
Yeah.
done a pretty good job. I don't know.
Yeah, we totally did.
Actually, nothing's probably there's not going to be any follow-up from
I know
this.
we
so-
don't usually get follow-ups, but we hope
Yeah.
that somehow it does give you some clarity and help you
if
make
you,
your
if you
decision.
can follow up and say you didn't respond,
Yeah.
hey, oh baby. If you don't send us anything, we're just going to assume you didn't respond, like you didn't respond to us.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. You're very good at it.
Yeah.
Exactly. Do that. Keep it
do
going.
that. Do that, Velcro.
All right, that's all the time we have for the show, guys. But great questions that you guys brought, and a great question from Velcro too. And we do appreciate Velcro for writing in
Yeah,
and for
thanks for the
listening.
kind words in there as well.
Very,
we hope
very
the
sweet.
advice was,
We loved
Yeah,
helpful.
You weren't
Yeah.
here just to get advice. You did want to just say you enjoy us too. And
you,
we really
Velcro.
appreciate it. But let's run through some plugs. If you want to get in touch with us, like Velcro did, you can email us at tqhpodcast@gmail.com. Otherwise, you can also contact us through the Twitter and the Facebook, TQH Podcast. You can also submit questions through the Tumblr. I don't think we've mentioned that, but there is a Tumblr page that lets you submit.
The best part about that was I didn't realize we had that feature until somebody sent us a question
Yeah,
through Tumblr. I was
yeah.
like, we have that.
A listener worked that out, so well done.
Thank you, listener.
We're also on Spotify if you want to listen to the podcast there, but the main thing we want you to do is head over to iTunes, rate, subscribe, leave a review, 5 stars would be great if you think we deserve it. That really helps us a lot. But that is all the time we have for this week's episode. We really appreciate everyone out there for listening. Thank you to Marcus.
Thank you.
Thank you to Damien.
Thank you all.
And as we end every episode,
Stay curious.
thank you.